All right, my longtime friend and former editor at National Review, the great Rich Lowry, writes for the New York Post. Watch this. Do our adversaries fear Biden? They did Trump. Wow, talk about breakthrough. He joins us now. Welcome to the aforementioned Rich Lowry, editor-in-chief of National Review. Also with us is the great Steve Forbes, head of Forbes Media, chairman and editor-in-chief, and author of Inflation, What It Is, Why It's Bad, and How to Fix It. Knocking out al-Baghdadi, bombing Syria, ISIS, Soleimani, taking him out, using the sanctions to bust Iran, put him into bankruptcy. We didn't hear a peep out of him during the Trump years. I mean, you're a fair-minded guy. I know you're not 100% for Trump, but you're acknowledging that Trump's way worked, right?
Yeah. So
tell us a little bit about it.
One, just the sheer unpredictability, right? If you don't know how someone you're going to attack is going to respond, that's going to make you more cautious. But I would underline of those a couple things you mentioned. The Soleimani thing was shocking. I remember just sitting, late at night on TV and saying, whoa. Now, if I thought that, what did all our adversaries around the world think? The reporting at the time was the Pentagon just put that option on to have something extreme, so he'd pick something else. He's like, no, I'll do that. And you only have to do it once. It's not waging a whole war on Iran, but it's sending a key message. And Larry, just in a different realm, we saw this play out in real time. Why didn't Mexico and the Northern Triangle countries go along with all the infrastructure around the immigration enforcement that worked at the end? Remain in Mexico, safe third-party country. They didn't want to do any of that, but he threatened them. He said, I'm cutting off your aid, I'm sealing off the border, and they did what he wanted, and he didn't do any of it, but because he got what he wanted.
We literally were prepared, this is running through the National Economic Council, to stop Mexican trucks from crossing the border, okay? Tariffs, yeah, later, but trucking, we were going to stop their trucks if they didn't play ball with us on Remain in Mexico. I want to also add one more thing before I get to Steve. Don't forget, while they were having chocolate cake for dessert with President Xi of China, Trump's favorite chocolate cake. If you go to Mar-a-Lago, it's featured prominently on the menu. Oh, by the way, Mr. President, we just bombed Syria while they were eating chocolate cake. Sends a message. Steve Forbes, Ronald Reagan, 40 years ago today, invaded the Caribbean island of Grenada, which was a communist country. It had taken, I don't know how many students, medical students, hundreds of them, and we took over the country and we freed the kids and brought them back home. Sent a message to the rest of the world. Don't mess with the United States.
Small island, but there was a profound movement by President Reagan. The reason it was profound, for the first time, a communist country was rolled back. They had the so-called Brezhnev doctrine in the Soviet Union. Once we have something, it's ours forever. Everything else in the world is up for grabs. But once we have it, like Cuba, it stays that way. This was the first rollback, small, but it sent a powerful message that the U.S. was moving forward again, rebuilding our military, and as Reagan said, we're out to win the Cold War. And this was the first example of it.
Reagan did a radio gig every Saturday, at least in his first term. He may have continued in the second term. I don't remember. I was there in the first term. He did this radio gig. One time, before it started, okay, and
I remember.
He said, testing, we will bomb Moscow in 15 seconds. That went all around the world. I thought it was a joke, just kidding. Reagan had a Hollywood sense of humor. Maybe. Send a message. Sending a message is very important. So, Rich Lowry, in your new wonderful discovery of Donald Trump's foreign policy, I just want to say right now, deterrence, not appeasement, is crucial in the Iran story, but they're not doing it. And I keep saying this. I know it's simplistic, but I'm just saying, stop a ship. Stop one ship. It'll be heard around the world. I'm not asking them to bomb Iran. I'm not asking them to invade Iran. Just stop a ship, which is embodied in the sanctions. They won't, the Bidens won't even do that.
Yeah, so it goes back to Grenada, goes back to Soleimani. If you establish this sense that you have to be feared and you're to be taken seriously and you have seriousness of purpose, it means you don't have to wage the war. That's the point, right? You do something to send that message before you get there, but this administration is not going to do it. It's, we talked about Trump being a little unpredictable. This administration, you just take conventional U.S. foreign policy pieties, you put them in the blender, and you spit them out, and that's what Biden's going to say. Everyone around the world knows that's what he's going to say. No one fears him, certainly not after Afghanistan. It's a dangerous situation.
It's a calm discussion in the Yale faculty lounge. It just is. It has no bearing to the reality. Look, Steve Moore, you ran what? The Radio Liberty when you,
Radio Free Europe and Radio
Free
Liberty, getting the truth, breaking the monopoly of information, which undermined them in terms of the battle of ideas. Lech Walesa, who led the charge against the communists in Poland, was once asked, what role did Radio Free Europe play? He said, what is the Earth without the sun? Without that information showing the dissidents they were not alone, it helped undermine in what they call a soft way, but a very profound way. We're not doing that today. And diplomacy, not backed by strength and fear, is weak. And they sense it. If you want rules in the world, like don't cross borders and seize other countries, you have to be ready to enforce it.
Red line, red line. I'm going to make a blue line. Blue line. Any line. Don't cross it. These guys will always...
And it started with Obama in Syria, continued by Biden, and we just have to hope we can get through the next year without a blow-up in the world.
All right, Steve Forbes, terrific stuff. Rich Lowry, it is a great...
I'm going to leave this show just saying, introduct one ship, just one ship.
Stop a ship. Stop a ship. We're going to make it... Stop a ship. It's a pleasure to see you here on set, Steve Forbes. Thank you very much.